What's up, y'all? It's your brother Abraham the Hebrew. This is where, and this is where we at this channel do as it's instructed by the Most High in the book of Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Also, the blacks in America and so and the blacks in all around the world are the real Jews of the Bible. This is what we teach and understand over here. I want to remind you guys, remember that the real Messiah is a black man and not white Jesus. His real name in English is Joshua and not Jesus. The Bible was written by black ancestors, by our black ancestors. Keep his commandments, repent of your sins. Let's get it. Well, let's get into it. As you know, the rapper Takeoff from the rap group The Migos unfortunately, is dead at the age of 28. Quavo, his uncle, and rap group member had a dispute over a dice game with some of J. Prince peoples after celebrating a private birthday event in Houston at a bowling and billiards um, place. And Quavo people started shooting, I guess over it was kind of like a money dispute or something like that over the dice game. And from what I hear, allegedly Quavo was losing or something like that. And shots was fired from Quavo's people, and Takeoff was hit by mistake, and he was found dead afterwards, unfortunately. But before we get into the video, I want to run down some quick scriptures regarding this matter. It's going to be quick. I know you guys are impatient. However, it says in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow his commandments and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. So I want to highlight in that verse curses, because we didn't keep our ancestors didn't keep the Most High's commandments. So there's curses that are coming upon us as a people from all our generations. And one of these curses deal with what happened with Quavo and J Prince people and Takeoff, you know, and what continues to happen inside our communities. Let's get into it real quick. Deuteronomy 28:54. The sensitive and very refined man among you will be hostile towards his brother, towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the rest of his children who he leaves behind. But I want to highlight here, it says it's going to be hostile towards his brother. This is one of the curses that are plaguing our people. This is why we're always seeing on the news, you know, black on black crime and brothers is killing one another and stuff like that. Because this is a part of the curses that the Most High has put upon us for not keeping his commandments. But if we do turn back to his commandments, these curses can be lifted off for us. Another verse is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. For the love of money, not money, but the love of money, for which some have strayed away from the faith in their greediness and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So here we had a dispute over money, right, in the dice game. And because, and a man was willing, to shoot another man to take his life over money, a couple of $1,000. So we see how this whole dispute, this death of legendary rapper like Takeoff happened over money. Next verse, 1 Corinthians 15, in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. So I say this one. I use this verse because you got to watch the people that you hang around. You know, from what I hear, Jay Prince, is a big, big time, respected guy in Houston, right, in the city of Houston. But the entourage that he has around, you know, some of them are shooters, some of them are in all types of stuff, So many people said that Takeoff was a dude. From what I seen from interviews, he was a. I remember this Breakfast Club interview that he was doing with Charlemagne at the Breakfast Club, and he was saying how he didn't want to go too deep inside the rap industry because he knows like certain things that you have to do. From and what I got from that interview was like, he wasn't down with certain things. So if he was a refined man, he kept to himself. He was cool, always kept cool with people. You gotta protect yourself. You can't hang around people you know, who are shooters. You can't hang around people who are aggressive, who don't mind getting into fights and disputes and stuff like that. You got to stay with the type of people that you consider yourself to be, you know, or you hang out with those people, that evil that they're getting into can come upon you as well. So next verse, real quick, this one and another one. Luke 13:33. It says, "Nevertheless, I must journey today, tomorrow, and the day following, for it cannot be that a prophet should this one is a missed verse. I think I messed this one up. All right, we just skip to the next one. Last one. Isaiah 58, King Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. It says, for us to cry aloud, right? Spare not and lift up our voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. So this is what I do on this channel. And to try to wake my people up and for them to see, where they're going wrong and how we got to get back to the right road. Because before we can come up as a people, we got to come up morally, and then we can come up financially. If we come up financially without no morals, then a situation like this happens. But anyway, let's get into the video.
And let's get into the headlines here and the latest on a situation that we have been following very closely. Houston police investigating the death of popular rapper at a bowling alley in downtown Houston. A representative for the group Migos saying that Takeoff was shot and killed. Police say the 28-year-old and his uncle Quavo, also from Migos, were at a private party at 810 Billiards and Bowling when the shooting happened. Officers say Takeoff was shot around 2:30 yesterday morning after a fight broke out during a dice game. 2 other people shot, taken to a hospital, but it's not clear their condition just yet. Our Fox team of affiliates across the country covering this from each and every angle. I do want to take you to the latest report here filed by our Houston team.
Got many calls Houston and outside of Houston, and everyone spoke of what a great young man this is, how peaceful he is, what a great artist. And I'm calling up on everybody, our hip-hop artists in Houston and around the nation. We got to police ourselves.
That's a clear message from Houston police. They say the rapper killings must stop.
We all need to stand together and make sure nobody tears down that industry. And I'm calling to start here in Houston, here and possibly as early as next week. I want to meet with some of our artists and see how we can taper things down.
5 shots fired downstairs, from downstairs, outside.
That's 911 dispatcher audio from TMZ. Around 2:30 Tuesday morning, police say dozens of people had gathered at a Houston bowling alley for a private party. They received a call for shots fired. Medics rushed 2 people to the hospital for surgery. 28-year-old Takeoff, 1/3 of the group Migos, was pronounced dead at the scene.
People are no longer resolving their disputes or their arguments through a fist fight. But now everybody has access to guns. And so when there's a disagreement, people pull their guns and they start shooting. And then people are fatally shot and killed, or people are injured.
I think he's very impactful to the game. And, they gave a lot back to the community. He will be missed.
Fans were excited to hear Takeoff's new music that he and his uncle Quavo just released this week. Messy is the last song fans will hear Takeoff on.
All right, and this is a look at that scene just yesterday, a very active one as police worked to piece together exactly how this played out and search for the gunman responsible for the murder of Takeoff. Now, at this point, you can see as crews were there at 801 Billiards and Bowling in Houston, the scene of that deadly shooting. 2 other people also wounded, but at this point, it is not clear how they are doing. Our Fox 5 New York team also providing this report with the latest information.
For discharging firearm. There's 5 shots fired downstairs, outside.
This is the audio obtained from TMZ from dispatchers. First responders were called to 810 Billiards and Bowling in Houston early Tuesday morning.
Once officers arrived, they came upon a male who was deceased. That male has been identified as Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. He's a member of the Migos rap group. I want everybody to understand the pain, the suffering of a mother. Very tough. And I told her, as we stand with any victim of violence or any homicide victim, their family.
Takeoff was out celebrating a birthday with his uncle and fellow Migos member Quavo. Police releasing very limited details, but say there was an argument after the party was over, and then shots rang out.
There was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building, and it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement.
Takeoff was shot and killed, and 2 other people were injured. Video from TMZ shows Quavo trying to call for help after the shooting. The Grammy-nominated group is a family affair that includes Takeoff's uncle Quavo and his cousin Offset. The group broke through with their hit Versace in 2013 and continued to top music charts over the years.
Takeoff is a star. Takeoff is a celebrity. You know, he's a person that a New Yorker knows and someone from the Southern region knows, West Coast, everyone knows the Migos.
A story that a lot of people are talking about as investigators do work to piece together exactly how this happened. So at just 28, rapper Takeoff had cultivated a rich hip-hop legacy with Migos, along with a reputation as the trio's most low-key member before he was killed in a shooting early Tuesday. Takeoff was pronounced dead at the scene outside of that Houston bowling alley seen in that video. Police there releasing a lot more information at a press conference late Tuesday. Now, at this point, they do say that no arrests have been made, and police are begging witnesses to come forward with any information. Our Fox Atlanta team with a little bit more about what we know about this ongoing investigation.
I heard gunshots and people screaming.
Around 2:30 Tuesday morning, Houston police responded to a shooting near the entryway to Billiards and Bowling on San Jacinto Street in downtown Houston. When they arrived, they found the body of 28-year-old rapper Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. He was one of 3 members of the popular and internationally known hip-hop group Migos. Quavo, one of the members of Migos, is seen in a video circulating online leaning over Takeoff's body and crying out for help.
Mark my word and mark it. This great city, with our great citizens, with our police department, we will find who's responsible for it.
The rappers were attending a private bowling party. Sources tell Fox 26 that a dice game in the entryway led to an altercation, at which point Takeoff, who sources say was just a bystander, was shot and killed.
Based on what people say about him, he's well respected, non-violent. I would not expect him to be involved, okay? But I do want to wait on the investigation, but we have no reason to believe that he was involved in anything criminal.
Police say they believe there were 2 separate shooters. A 23-year-old man and a 24-year-old woman were also shot. They were taken to the hospital in private cars, and they're expected to survive. Takeoff was pronounced dead at the scene.
My thoughts and prayers, again, go out to his family, to his friends. But at this day and time, what I'm saying across the board, not just in this city, but across the country, we have to confront this issue.
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner says this is yet another grim example of how a petty argument can lead to young men of color killing one another.
Young men who are with guns, and let me underscore with guns, when they're getting into an argument, it's no longer just a fist fight. Okay? It's no longer just pushing and shoving. Everybody is carrying guns. And when they get in these emotional settings and tempers flare, it's just so easy to pull your gun and start shooting.
I'm Gabby Hart, Fox 26 News.
And thank you so much to our Fox 26 Houston team, our Fox 5 Atlanta team, and Fox News for providing those reports. As we do get more information here, we will bring that to you live, raw, and unfiltered, as we do here on Live Now from Fox. I do want to get to another story that we have been following now for.
All right, guys. So, you heard what they have so far as the cops and investigators come out with more information, I guess from the two witnesses that was in the hospital, got taken to the hospital. They said it was two shooters, I guess one from Quavo and Takeoff party and then one from Jay Prince party, I guess, and so, I don't know who's going to be held accountable for this. Is it going to be Quavo's and Takeoff people or, both parties? Who knows? I don't know. We're going to see. And I'll give you more updates as more things are revealed. Like, comment, subscribe, and so we can grow this channel. And yeah, peace. Take care.